Hello, welcome to WR Guitar. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. You are here because you've wanted to learn Holiday by Greenday. Well, good news, I'm going to teach you the entire song today. That is riff, solos and all, so we're going to get learning it. Okay, so jumping in straight on the intro, we're going to be using this octave technique. Now, what we're trying to achieve here is playing both the A string and the G string, but muting the rest of the strings. So with our first finger, we're going to go to the 8th fret of the A, and with our little finger, we're going to go to the 10th fret of the G, creating this octave shape. So with our first finger, I want you to try and mute the B and the E just by gently touching the strings. And with our second finger, we're going to hook over the top and gently dampen the low E string. So we're going to be doing 2 strums on this chord. This is an F chord. Down, down. We're then going to travel to the 4th fret with our first finger leading all the way down to the 4th fret. And we're going to do 2 strums. We'll then travel up to the 11th fret, first finger leading, keeping the shape intact, 2 strums. And then we'll be travelling down to the 6th fret, first finger leading, and we're going to be doing 3 strums, down, up, down. So here we go again. Using your octave shape, dampening with the second finger, 2 strums, 8th fret, down to the 4th fret, 2 strums, up to the 11th fret, 2 strums, and down to the 6th fret, 3 strums, down, up, down. And that section gets played 4 times in the intro riff. Okay, so as we come out those octave chords then, we're going to be using an F5, which is 8th fret on the A, tucking our 3rd finger in to the 10th fret on the D, and our little finger into the 10th fret of the G. Now that's called a power chord or a 5 chord shape, and we'll be using this chord throughout the whole song, this chord shape. So we're going to be doing 2 strums on the F5 chord. We're then going to travel leading with our first finger to the 4th fret of the A, jumping up to the 4th fret of the E with our first finger, keeping that shape the whole time, and then we'll be doing 3 strums on the 6th fret of the A, which is an E flat 5. So we do this pattern twice before we actually hit the verse, which is a very similar pattern with a few chord changes. So F5, 2 strums, 8th fret on the A, to 4th fret on the A, 2 strums, that's a D flat 5, to 4th fret on the E, 2 strums, to 6th fret on the A, E flat 5, 2 strums. On to the verse section then. This happens twice in the song. So the first time we're going to be using an F power chord, now also known as the 5 chord. We're going to be putting our first finger into the 8th fret of the A, our 3rd finger into the 10th fret of the D, and our little finger tucks in underneath into the 10th fret of the G. Now this is the chord shape that we're going to be using for both the verse and the chords. Now this is the chord shape that we're going to be using for both the verse and the chorus. So this is a power chord shape. It's very common in a lot of rock music, and it's extremely common in Green Day's tunes. So the F5 chord then is the 8th fret of the A, 3rd finger, 10th fret D, little finger tucked in underneath 10th fret G. We're going to be doing 2 strums on this, taking it down, leading with our first finger to the 4th fret of the A, which is a D flat 5, jumping up to the E string with that same shape now, onto an A flat 5, and moving back to the A string with our first finger onto the 6th fret, creating an E flat 5. And we're going to be doing the down, up, down strum again. So we've got the F5 power chord, down to the D flat 5 power chord, which was in our 4th fret, jumping up to the A flat power chord, 4th fret on the E, down and across to the 6th fret of the A, creating an E flat power chord, strumming 3 strums, down, up, down. So this is the first part of the verse. Okay. The second section then, we're going to be using that F5 power chord again. That's the 8th fret on the A, 2 strums. We're then travelling back to that D flat 5 power chord for 2 strums, jumping up to the A flat 5 power chord, which is 4th fret on the E, and this time we'll be moving to the 3rd fret of the A for a C5 power chord. First finger, 3rd fret, and we'll be doing the 3 strums, down, up, down. So explain that again. 8th fret of the A string, which is an F5, 2 strums. 4th fret of the A string, which is a D flat 5, 2 strums. Up to the E string on the 4th fret, which is an A flat 5 for 2 strums. And down to the 3rd fret of the A, which is a C5 for 3 strums. So putting both those pieces together then. Okay, so the third section of the verse is very similar to the first piece. We're literally just going to be adding the C5 chord on the end. So starting on your F5 chord, that's 8th fret on the A, 2 strums, down to the D flat 5, which is 4th fret on the A, up to the A flat 5, which is 4th fret on the E, and across to the E flat 5, which is 6th fret on the A. And then we'll be going to the C5, which is 3rd fret on the A, and we'll be doing caterpillar, 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 caterpillar. So 4 times round, groups of 3 strums to the rhythm of caterpillar. That just helps. So we've got F5, D flat 5, A flat 5, E flat 5, caterpillar, 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 caterpillar on the C5. So this is the whole verse section. So that verse section happens twice before we hit the chorus. Okay, so for the chorus then, we're going to be using an F5, but we're going down the fret to the 1st fret of the E for a super fat, low F5 chord. So we're going to go for a strumming pattern, which I've used in a lot of other videos, and it's a very common strumming pattern. Down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, so for the chorus section then, we're going to be using an F5 chord, but we're going to be doing it all the way down on the low E string of the 1st fret. So this is a low F5 chord, so it's a whole octave lower than what we used in the verse. And we're going to be using this strumming pattern. Down, 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 up, down, up. That's down, 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 up, down, up. Or if you want to use warm bass liquid drinks, tea, tea, coffee, coffee. Now, notice here, that we're not keeping it straight. We're doing what we call a slight shuffle movement, so a gallop. Down, down, gallop, gallop. The next chord we'll be going to is the D flat 5 chord on the A string, and we'll be using the same rhythm. That's 4th fret on the A, down, 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 up, down, up. Jumping up to the A flat 5 on the E, that's 4th fret on the E, down, 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 up, down, up. And then down and across to the 6th fret on the A, which is the E flat 5, same rhythm pattern, down, 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 up, down, up. So we've got F5, D flat 5, A flat 5. Okay, on the second time around, we'll be using that F5 chord again, 1st fret on the E. Across to the D flat 5. Up to the A flat 5. And then we'll be going to the C5 on the A string for caterpillar, caterpillar. So this time around, F5, D flat 5, A flat 5, C5. Okay, putting the chorus together so far. We're going to end the chorus with a stab on that C5. There we have it. So after that second chorus, we're going to be hitting this big fat riff section. So we're going to start on the F5, low F5 power chord on the E string. And we're going to be doing 2 strums. We're going to be travelling up to the A flat 5 on the E string. That's the 4th fret. 2 strums. Now this is where it gets super brisk. We're going to be doing 1 strum on the D flat 5, that's 4th fret on the A, travelling up to the 6th fret on the E this time for a B flat 5, down to the E flat 5 on the A, that's 6th fret, and along and up to the 8th fret of the E, which is a C5. So that very quick section then, 4th fret on the A, 1 strum, 6th fret on the E, down to the 6th fret on the A, and across to the 8th fret on the E. So this is the riff first time around. On the second time around, we go back to the F5 for 2 strums, along to the 4th fret of the E, 2 strums, and straight down to the 6th fret of the A for 1 strum, 8th fret of the E for 1 strum, and down to the 8th fret of the A for 1 strum. This is the riff section put together. Okay, so for the solo section then, we're going to be using the 6th fret on the B to start with our first finger. And we'll be doing this pattern here, down, down, up. So that's 6th fret on the B with our first finger, down, down, up, 8th fret with our 3rd finger, 1 pick, 9th fret with our little finger. We're then going to travel to the 8th fret with our 3rd finger onto the G for 1 pick, our first finger to the 6th fret of the G, 1 pick, and then 5th fret of the G with our first finger. So we've got we're then going to do 3 picks on the G again, 5th fret, down, up, down. Our little finger's going to travel to the 6th fret of the B, 1 pick. Our first finger's going to go to the 5th fret of the B, 1 pick, and we're going to roll it up to the 5th fret of the G for 1 pick. We're then going to go to the 6th fret of the B with our first finger for 1 pick, and then our little finger's going to do the 8th fret of the E, and we're going to repeat that. So that's 6th fret on the B, first finger, little finger, 8th fret on the E, and we're going to do 1 pick on each, and we're going to repeat that pattern twice. So this is what we've got so far. Okay, next up we're going to use the similar lick to the intro of the solo. 6th fret on the B, 3 picks, down, down, up. 8th fret on the B with our third finger, and 9th fret on the B with our little finger. Travelling back down on the G string, 8th fret with our third finger, first finger to 6th fret, first finger to 5th fret, and we're going to do those 3 picks again. Then with our second finger we're going to go to the 8th fret of the B, and we're going to go caterpillar, caterpillar. That's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Sliding up to the 13th fret of the B, caterpillar, caterpillar. Going to the 17th fret of the B, caterpillar, caterpillar. And again, caterpillar, caterpillar. Finishing on the 18th fret for 1 pick. So that last little section then. Second fret goes to the 8th fret on the B, 2 caterpillars, caterpillar, caterpillar. 13th fret, caterpillar, caterpillar. 17th fret, caterpillar, 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 caterpillar. 18th fret to end. Okay, so exiting out that section, we're going to grab that C5 again, and we're going to do a quick down up strum and then count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeating that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to explain that again, grabbing that C5, 8th fret on the E string, we're going to do a quick down up strum and count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go into a little triplet pattern. So that's apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. 4 apple pies. Apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. Okay, so for the last section of the song, we're going to borrow a little bit of the chord progression that we used just after the octave section in the intro. So just after the octaves and just before the verse, and it goes like this. Okay, so for the outro riff then, we're going to be using the F5 chord again. We're going to be doing 2 down strums. We're then going to travel to the 4th fret of the A string for 2 down strums. Up to the 4th fret of the E for 2 down strums. And across to the 6th fret of the A for 3 strums, down, up, down. Now we're going to be doing that 3 times. And to finish off the song then, we're going to be doing 2 downs on the F5, that's 8th fret on the A, to the 4th fret of the A, finish with 4 more chords, 1 strum on each, 6th fret on the A, 3rd fret on the A, the C5, and back to the 8th fret on the A, F5s, all the way down to finish off the song with a 1st fret on the E, F5. So you've got there we have it. That is the entire song of Holiday by Greenday. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this today and that you've learned something. If you have any questions at all, please jot them down in the comment box below. Subscribe to WR Guitar if you've been digging what I've been doing today. Check out the rest of my videos and I will see you again soon.